What is going on, guys? We are back with another Shadowlands Season 4 video, and in today's video we are going to be going over the upcoming Season 4 Mythic Plus tuning changes for a couple of the dungeons. They just posted this on Monday night, so these are going to be put into place on Tuesday. What day is that? The 16th, so Tuesday the 16th for America, the 17th for Europeans, and the 18th for Asia realms. So let's get into the changes. As you can read from here, there are massive lower Karazhan and Iron Docks nerfs, which is always a good thing. Always a good thing. But let's go in here. So we'll just skip. Basically, they're probably just going to say here that things are looking good, but things need to be nerfed. But let's get into it. So we have the Shrouded affix. So the Nightmare Clouds will now despawn more quickly when the Nathrezim infiltrators are captured. Now, I don't know how good of a change this is. It's obviously a good change, removing... I think when they get captured, they instantly disappear, the sleep clouds. But they just need to disappear faster when they're alive as well. So I don't really know what's going on. But yeah. Shadow Phlegm, I'm pretty sure I read this in the comment section that this is actually more directed. This ability is by the last boss of Upper Karazhan, so it's a nerf for the last boss of Upper Karazhan, which is really good. Damage increased by 150%, travel speed reduced by 100%, and radius reduced by 4 yards, which is great. Great nerfs for whatever this ability is. Increasing its damage but making it easier to deal with is a good change. I think it's the... Ooh, is it like the AoE? I'm not too sure. I'm honestly not too sure what this ability is. You'll have to look it up here. Let me look it up real quick. Shadow Phlegm. I don't know what this ability is. Who cast this? Okay, so yeah, it is the final boss. Yeah, the final boss, his ability got nerfed. Great. Always a good thing. Always a good thing. Now let's get into the real changes. Grimrail Depot. The Grimrail Technician's 50,000 volts cast time is increased to 3.5 seconds, was 2.5 seconds. Great change. Though you're really only pulling one of these guys anyway. That is a good change, increasing the cast time on an ability that does a ton of damage. Just allows players to deal with it a little easier. Interesting, that's the only nerf to Grimrail. I'm surprised there isn't more. Maybe there will be next week, but I don't know yet. But yeah, let's Iron Docks here. Charging Slash is now only cast by Gromkar foot soldiers. Okay. And then Gromkar foot soldiers charging slash damage reduced by 35%. Good, good. We love that. We love the damage reductions by all abilities. Orgron laborers thundering stomp damage reduced by 25%. Good. That's always a good change if you ever actually have to pull these guys, because you didn't deal with the Iron Star. Then they don't hurt as much, especially on Fortified Week, which is great. I think this is probably also in preparing for Bolstering Week, because I have a feeling the smaller adds around these guys are going to bolster. So if you do have to pull them, their Thundering Stomp already basically one-shots you at a high enough key that while bolstered, it's going to one-shot you. Thunderlord Wrangler's throw damage is now reduced by armor. Great change. The last little bit of Iron Docks was such a struggle because these guys could just kill you. If you, in some of the packs, there's 2 of them actually, and they could just literally look at a caster and just murder them, right? Or look at anyone and just murder them if they both throw it at them at a high enough key level. So this is a good change, right? Like, it doesn't do anything to the ability. It just makes it so your armor reduces the damage, which is a good change. And the Rampaging Cleft Hoof's health reduced by 15%. Pretty good change. These guys do get pretty annoying when you get to the higher keys, as they are just running around stomping and swiping everyone. So reducing their health is obviously a great change. Means they die a little bit faster. Similar to the Thunderlord's Wranglers, right? Like, you can AoE them down and they'll die at the same time rather than, you know, these guys dying way before the Cleft Hoof. Oh. Grimrail Enforcers resolved an issue where the enemies would fail to cast abilities in specific locations within their encounter area. I have a feeling that's for Grimrail, but I don't really know what this issue is, but resolving issues is a great time. Now to lower Kara, let's go. This is where the nerfs really, really matter. Arcane Warden's volatile charge damage reduced by 40%. Great change. The fact that 2 of these go out at a time and it does so much damage, and if you pull 2 of these guys at once, it could just wipe you at a high enough key. That's crazy. Skeletor Usher's flashlight damage reduced by 20%. This is a good change. With the death strat after killing the first boss, you never pulled these guys anyway. Maybe this will allow you to pull these guys. I highly doubt it because they are a very annoying mob to deal with. So I think this change is more just directed to 15s that aren't doing the death skip where you die and go to attunement. But yeah, good change, right? Reducing damage on abilities that are unavoidable damage, right? Like even if you look away, it still does damage. Skeletal Usher's health reduced by 25%. Good change. These guys had a ton of health. I found myself in some keys, killing one of these guys because I didn't want to pull it onto a boss. But he had so much health that it took forever to kill him. Spectral Patron's uppercut damage reduced by 25%. That's a good change because sometimes you are pulling a lot of these guys at once and they could all just one-shot your tank. Luckily, I am a Brewmaster, so their uppercut damage just went right into my stagger, so I never really had to deal with it. But yeah, good change, right? This helps out your Blood Death Knights and your, you know, what other tanks struggle with just damage? Blood Death Knight and Guardian Druid, maybe? Who knows? But good change. Phantom Crew's Hammer Down now has a 1.5 second cast time, was instant, increases damage taken by 25, was 50. Okay. Sure, I don't really know what this is, but good change. Good change. Resolved an issue that caused Blood Death Knight's Dancing Rune weapon to strike unintended targets with blood boil through floors, giving me good old Toll to Gore flashbacks, but good change. Make sure to get that back. The Opera, Beauty and the Beast. Cogglestone's Dent Armor now has a 1.5 cast time, was instant. Good change. It means your tank can prepare for it and doesn't get one shot. Or not one shot, but just like comboed. And the Silver Fork's Bloody Jab, initial damage reduced by 20%. This is so good. This boss actually wrecks you as a tank. It was so surprising when I tanked this on the Tuesday that this Fortified was released. On a like 16 Fortified, this boss like slaughtered me. It was so weird. Maiden of Virtue, Holy Bulwark, Absorb, reduced by 10%. Another nerf to the Absorb, always a good thing. It's literally one of the hardest part about the highest keys of this, of lower, is just getting through this Bulwark. If you can get through this Bulwark, you could probably time the rest of the key. Like, that's basically the hardest part about the key, so it's always good to see that keep getting reduced down. It means you're not saving literally all of your cooldowns to burst through it. And we have Attunement, the Huntsman. Attuman? I don't know how to say his name. Oh well. Intangible Presence damage reduced by 50%. This is such a good change. I was doing a 16, I think it was, with a healer who didn't know what the mechanic was, and he dispelled the wrong person, and we were just getting chunked. Not to mention, I'm surprised this didn't come with a visual update that made it easier to see, like, who has it, right? Like, that's kind of the worst part. The damage sucked, yes, but it sucked more when your healer dispelled the wrong person. So this is a good change, right? But I think they need to fix the visuals for that mechanic as well. Upper Karazhan needs some nerfs. I did a plus 21, was it? I think a plus 20 or a plus 21 today, and we missed the timer by like 10 seconds because of some really stupid stuff. But Wrathguard Flamebringer's cleave and strike damage reduced by 20%, and Wrathguard Flamebringer will no longer cast slide. So I believe this is the threat reset, which is obviously a very good thing. It was really stupid that it had this in the first place, and this is just you know, frontal cleave and tank damage, but I don't think you're pulling this anyway, so nerfs to it doesn't matter. I guess it does help for, you know, groups that don't skip it, but if you're doing any level of high enough key where this guy actually like matters and will like kill your group, you're just not pulling him anyway. But good change nonetheless, especially this threat regen, threat reset, if that's the ability. That was stupid. Shade of Medivh, Guardian's Image Shimmer damage reduced by 25%. Great change. This ability did so much damage on the 20 that we did. It was a 20 fortified, and we wiped to this mechanic. Yeah, there's no reason that a fortified dungeon should be wiping us, to be honest. A fortified boss should be wiping us. Especially when we're doing the mechanics correctly, it just still killed us. So good change. And energy discharge damage reduced by 30%. More unavoidable damage, right? Like this is unavoidable. This is unavoidable. Reducing unavoidable damage is always a good thing because it's unfun. You can't outplay unavoidable damage, and especially as the keys get high enough, you can't, like, at one point it just will one-shot you unless you like pre-immune it or pre-defensive it, right? Because you just don't know. You can't outplay it, right? Yeah, good change. And then we got some gambit changes, and invigorating fish stick cast time increased to 2 seconds, was 1.5 seconds. This is great because Brewmaster Monk's GCD, no matter what, is 1.5 seconds. So if I use an ability as this starts to get cast, I can physically not interrupt it. I can't. So this is good. This will allow every single class to interrupt it as long as you are prepared for it. Like, you can see, not interrupt it, but like CC it. Yeah, good change. I think it should be like 2.5 seconds because it is such a crucial ability to the Murloc areas. 2.5 seconds I think would be way better, but we will just see how it is with 2 seconds. But yeah, that looks like it is all the changes to Mythic Plus. Like I said, this is all coming out on the 16th. So make sure you get back in the keys, doing them. Make sure you let Blizzard know how tough they are. I saw some numbers that like Kara's in is like such a terrible dungeon. So hopefully these nerfs actually fix it. But, you know, let me know down below what you guys think of the nerfs. Let me know what you guys think of Season 4. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.